Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's doing great. Thank you so much for being here this evening for the first session that we're going to have for Crit Crafters Curse of Strahd. In our usual fashion, we will be doing it in the Pathfinder 2nd Edition system that I love and is dear to my heart. There are also several new modules that we will be using that I will not be saying or talking about right now because I want to keep my...
We're on an ad break.
No, you are on the ad break. That's personal. So anyways, so as I was saying, everything will be told as it goes because we want to be sure that nobody has spoilers. All right. So I'm joined right now tonight by 4 of my players. I don't know if you guys want to go in order and introduce yourselves. Starting with Khan.
Hello. On. I mean, you probably should know me already. Yes, hello. This is really bad because I'm doing things in the back end. Hi, I'm playing Cyrus. I'm a gunslinger. I shoot things and I make ammo.
Perfect. Close behind we have Maz. How you doing, Maz? Or Vyashno.
Yeah, hey, I'm doing all right. I'm Vyashno. Been playing RPGs for most of my life, though relatively new to Pathfinder 2. I think that's only been maybe a year or so. But yeah, I'm playing Mazelius, or Maz for short. He's an animal instinct barbarian. So
Perfect.
looking forward to that.
Excellent. Timothy, how's it going?
Great, thank you. I've been playing with you for a while now.
Home campaigns, right?
Yep. You've made me discover Pathfinder 2. I quite like it. And today I'll be playing as Timothy Gahad, the scrawny little wizard who's afraid of dying.
Excellent. And last but not least, we have Kindrot joining us.
Hello. Player named Macus. Character Kindroth. I'm fairly new to Pathfinder, and this is my first time in Barovia. I'm also new to the channel.
Awesome. Well, thank you everybody to being here tonight, and I hope that we will be having fun in tonight's episode for our first introduction in Curse of Strahd, episode 1, Those That Were Left Behind. So without further ado, we'll go right away into our introduction, and we will get this show on the road.
Real quick.
Yes?
Do you want me to do the predictions for critical success?
We can do that a bit later when we'll start playing.
Okay.
All right.
You cannot make demands of the devil. For he is the ancient, he is the land. And you are trespassers.
All right. Let me just get this here to create some atmosphere. And we may begin. And I need this here. Perfect. All right, so let us start this. And where is it? Here we go. The fire crackles, casting dancing shadows upon the gathered faces. A Vistani, adorned in vibrant orange hues, leans forward, His eyes gleam with anticipation while his hands absently pets a jet black chicken sitting in his lap, purring comfortably. Ah, gather round, my friends, and lend your ears, for I shall weave a tale that was echoed through countless nights. Yet never has it was told tonight. I am Haveri Sorket, a humble bard of the Vistani, and tonight the mists themselves have whispered to me, urging the story to be told anew. Imagine, if you will, a cart creaking along a winding path, its wheels muffled by the thick fog that clings to the earth like a shroud. The dawn struggles to pierce the heavy clouds above, casting a somber grey over twisted trees and silent woods. A group of travelers, heroes ailing from distant lands and diverse paths, found themselves drawn together by fate's unseen hand and darker powers. They did not seek this land, or perhaps they did. Yet the mists did welcome them, enveloping them in a realm forgotten by time. Barovia, a place where the sun rarely shines, and the shadows hold secret older than memory. Here, the land is ruled by a figure of legend and dread, whose name is only spoken in hushed tones, STRAHD von Zarovich. But fear not, for this is not merely a tale of darkness and despair. No, it is a story of courage, of bonds forged in adversity, of light challenging the night. Though the path ahead is fraught with peril, and the mist concealed both friends and foe, our heroes press on, their hearts steadfast for now. So, let us begin this tale anew. As the cart rolls over, ever forward into the unknown. At the first rays of dawn there touched the cursed soil. Listen closely, for the story unfolds, and you are now part of the tapestry. He leans back, the firelight reflecting in his eye as the night deepens, and our tale begins. Pans to a dark forest. A mist seeming to cling to the surface near the earth about a foot or two, and a person, huffing and puffing as they're fleeing, cradling their arm as if they're fleeing from something and holding on to dear life. Moz, you have been running for the past, what seemed 10 minutes. You've stumbled through branches and other things laying down in the forest. It has not been a pleasant adventure so far. And as far as you're concerned, everywhere that you're looking, you cannot find any heads or tail, or have you been here before, or anything of the sort. Can you please describe Moz for us?
Sure. So Maz has a bit of a baby face, ruddy, chubby cheeks, a perpetual squint, and a bit of a shy smile. But he's built like a strong man. About 6'3", several hundred pounds of bulky muscle, and a bit of a gut. He's got dark, wiry, curly hair that's starting to recede a bit, and a few grays in the hair and beard. He wears plain clothes, sturdy rough spun tunic and cloak. When he's expecting trouble, he'll wear a breastplate.
Perfect.
Which he is right now. But since he's a bit of a gentle soul, he doesn't really carry any weapons, only a dagger, which is more of a tool.
Perfect. Let me just bring your character. I forgot to bring back your character so that everybody can see it right now. Excellent. So you've been venturing, as I was saying, for the past, I'd say, 10-ish minutes. Been running. Something was hot on your heels for a few minutes past, but you seem to have lost it. Off in the distance, perhaps just outside, just far enough that the form cannot be easily made out, you seem to be coming up on either a small house or a large caravan of sort that seems to be somehow conveniently placed in front of you.
Well, I'm gonna start making my way towards that. Not trying to stealth or anything like that, just
Perfect.
probably moving in a bit of a tired panic.
Fair. Excellent. So you advance slowly. Again, as you're walking, you have a feeling that the fog around you seems almost alive as it parts way, making way to your progression. Another thing that you, at that moment, that you're taking some time to breathe and relax a bit, you notice that while the wind seems to be heading eastwards, the fog seems to be rolling northwards, as if the fog itself is not even influenced by the direction of the wind. You slowly make your way towards this. What you soon find is a caravan that's seen better days. Not so much that it is rotten or anything of the sort, but there's this canvas canopy that's normally covering it that's been shredded to pieces. The harness at the front, that where normally was a horse, is now just a bloody mess of leather and other fabric that normally composes the horse's harness. And you see this trail of blood that's been dragged off in the distance into the fog itself. Clearly, something attacked this caravan, but who or what, you do not know. What you do know, though, is that you hear from inside the caravan itself a muffled sound, like a knocking slash like somebody that's trying to make their presence known through a muffle, a gag placed on their over their lips.
I will rush over to that caravan then. And hello, can you hear me?
For a second, the knocking and sound that you were hearing kind of stops, and then it seems to be redoubling, as if once the sound or whoever's producing it notices that they're being heard, they want to be sure that they've been heard. That they've been heard. If that makes sense.
Yep.
Excellent.
All right.
It seems to be coming from a chest that is inside in the middle of that caravan itself.
Cool. All right, just stay calm. I'm gonna get you out of there. Don't hit me or anything when I let you out, please. And I will see if there is an easy way to open the chest. If not,
so it's just a standard latch with a hoop, and basically instead of being a log or anything of the sort, it's just a wooden peg that's been driven through. So removing the peg will allow you to open the latch, if that makes sense.
Yep, great. I will do that.
Excellent. So you do and open it. Within it is a person. Cyrus, would you care to describe your character?
Yeah, so you'll see this rather scrawny look. And he's really lank. He's not unmuscular, but it's clear that he has never really focused on work. So it's just natural strength from working as a man. And he's kind of shorter from what you can tell inside the chest. He's a 5'7", so he's a bit shorter than the average person would be. He has very tanned skin. And, it looks like he's a person who's used to working in the field or in the sun. His hair's very short. It's very messy. It's black. Do I have my equipment with me?
Yes, you do.
Okay. So, he'll be in this. I guess his gun and weapon, which is a knife, would be laying next to him. He's probably bound with rope or whatever, and so forth. He has some bandages around his neck. It doesn't look like it's a fresh wound. It just looks like it's something he continuously checks on, takes care of. His eyes are like, at this point, probably panicked, scanning you, looking around. But you get the sense that he's a man who's used to being down on his luck and needing to watch out for himself.
Maz will reach a hand down to help Cyrus out of the chest.
Perfect.
Yeah, he gladly would take it. Once you get like
It's
the gag
dangerous
off
to
and
go alone.
stuff, kinda
Take
give, like, a
this.
little-
We have somebody that just played a card. First card of the night. Sorry for the interruption. By the way, guys, if you want, we have cards that can be actually found there that you can actually purchase in order to help out the party. We will have having giveaways, and you can also.
It's dangerous to go alone.
There's another
Take
one.
this.
Oh, excellent. He's playing Quick Fix and Camp. So you can have these cards, and they will be able to be accessible either by channel points that you can use or by. Just give me a second. Let's just give you guys the cards. This one and.
It's
quick.
dangerous to
Oh
go
my God.
alone. Take this.
Force of Will. He's playing everything. Force of Will. All right, rare card. Give me a second. Force of Will.
Force of will. Exile a blue card from your hand.
No, that's not what it does. But sure, excellent. So sorry, guys.
Can I
You
play
were
Black Lotus?
you were
Yeah,
saying.
so, he'll look to you and say, thank you. And then kind of take a hand and rub his throat a bit. You know, give like a nod and then grab his gear and put it away.
Yeah, not a problem. But we should probably once you're situated, we should probably keep moving. There's some weird shit in these woods. Do you know
He'll-
where we are?
He'll take a second to look around and then look back to you, and after about 2 seconds of thought, he'll kind of just shrug.
Right.
As you're saying that, you hear the noticeable sound of hooves on mildly solid ground. What I mean by that is it doesn't have the muffled and very the muffled and very heavy thud of directly on earth. It sounds almost like if it was walking on a partially paved road. It seems to be coming off in the distance, meaning that you will need to abandon this location should you wish to inquire on it.
Immediately, his hand is reaching for his, and it's just resting on the hilt. And he'll look to the source of the sound. Does he? Is it too far away to
It
see
is too
anything?
far away and the fog is too prevalent to be able to let anything through.
Right. He'll just silently stare down the road.
We will be going back somewhat in time, if you will. Timothy.
Yep.
You had the privilege of having your own reasons to be here. Give me a second. Let me just do that here. And let me bring y'all here. Perfect. And I'm just going to be putting that on. Give me a second. You found a different route leading you into this strange place. Fleeing from whoever you were fleeing, you found a person willing to take you after your magical invocation took you elsewhere. You encountered the first thing in the fog, this Vardo of sorts. Colorful thing that slowly thread onward. it's the person on the reins, one Stanimir, welcomed you. He asked you a few questions, wondering why you wanted to go to Barovia, or other questions like that. And it is up to you to decide. Have you been keeping that silent, or have you been discussing it with others?
It would have been a slow progress as to actually blurt out everything,
Perfect.
considering where I'm from. But I'm not shy about going to Barovia to learn more about
Perfect.
Undying Undead.
And can you please tell us, what does Timothy look like?
Timothy is he's a, I don't know if it translates well. He's nervously built. He's very stiff, but he is still scrawny. He's quite young. He wears a big ass armor for a mage and carries a big weapon again for a mage. But other than that, he is standard teenager, even though he's a bit late 20. Doesn't like to get up early, doesn't still trying to be young.
Stanimir, the Vistani that is currently serving as quote-unquote your escort, if you will, found this to be an interesting paradox, often making it a funny joke about, magic is normally an old man's thing, specifically those that want to seek out immortality. He seems to be speaking of an almost experience when he talks about older wizards being known to want to extend their lives or other things of the sort. Other than that, he's been very chatty about where he's coming from, explaining that Barovia itself is a land that a lot of people dislike, but for once seems to be thinking that the Vistanis are always welcomed there, and that should you find or have any problems, that you can always find your way to Serpool, which is one of the biggest encampment of the Vistanis, not too far from Barovia, the city itself, and that you can always find shelter there. They have a knack for helping people find their way. He always has this knowledgeable smile and always seem to be almost... You feel that he's seeing more, or perhaps knows more than he's letting on, but what exactly, you're not sure. As you're in the middle of a conversation, likely about magic itself, and from which you have deciphered that Stanimir himself is likely a practitioner of sort, albeit not as talented as you are. The horse on front of the cart kind of rears for a second. Something that horses do when they are either afeared or that something catches their interest. The horse kind of stops for a second, bucks. Stanimir, oh, what is that over there? And as he does, two figures seem to be emerging from the fog. Cyrus, Maz. You hear the voice of one Vistani calling out, "What is this over there?" off in the distance. And you do see this colorful Vardo piercing what seems to be the veil of this very thick and heavy fog.
Would I recognize the accent?
The what?
Would I recognize the accent?
For you it sounds kind of like Garundi.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard that accent before. It could be heavily hinting that your grandmother had a very thick Garundi accent. Stanimir seems to have kind of like the same origin in his accent. Yes.
Okay. You'll see him kind of relax a slight bit. He's still not moving his hand from his pistol, but he's more ready to remove his hand if need be. He's not as wary.
Perfect.
Hail, we mean no harm. We're just lost and looking for help.
If anybody that ventures into the fogs and the mists of Barovia are indeed sometimes lost. After all, why else being lost in the middle of the forest if not to find your own way? Please, come. I have space in my Vardo if you wish. I can take you to the closest city if you wish.
That sounds wonderful. Thank you. Turn to Cyrus. Though I don't know his name yet, actually. We good to go?
He'll take a sec, look the man over, and then say, "Who are you?"
My friends, my name is Stanimir. I am one of the Vistania.
He'll glance to Timothy instead of asking a question. And then glance right back to Stanimir, and after a few seconds, kind of shrug and walk toward him.
Excellent. As you do, the fog somewhat parts in front of you, making Stanimir comes even more into the light. He ups off from his position, kind of passing on the reins to Timothy that's sitting beside him, and seems to be coming over, fetching, and being like, looking you over. Anybody injured? How's your arm doing? And points towards Mose that's probably crackling his arm still.
Oh, it heard something awful, but I'll be fine. Just something bit me in the woods.
Well, wild animals are more courageous when they are in the fog, and especially now that, they should be less courageous now that the dawn has broke, but I understand. If you wish, at the back of my cart, I do have some bandages. You can patch yourself up.
Thank you.
Excellent.
I'm Mazelius. You can call me Maz, though.
A pleasure, Maz. I'm Stanimir. And he shakes, you extend the hand, kind of like expecting you to shake, and then just like, oh, I'm sorry, forgot that you were wounded. He turns towards Cyrus.
Maz holds out their uninjured arm.
Oh, and he will take it gladly and shake it. He will then turn
The
towards
second
Cyrus. Yes.
He mentioned the back of the carriage.
Mhm.
What is this carriage? Like, how is it? How can I get onto it?
So if you verify, that's the picture that's on screen is exactly the carriage that you have.
Oh, wonderful. In that case, the second he mentions like being able to access the carriage, he's just walking to it.
Perfect. So you walk up, go on the back, open the door, and you notice that there's a younger woman, currently in the process of. She clearly heard what Stanimir was saying, is in the process of opening up the healing kit and preparing. She kind of like she is perhaps startled a bit at seeing you, being like she expected to have a bit more time to prepare it. But the moment it opens, she like surprises and seems to be calming up, allowing you to walk in. Once that, well, go ahead.
So he'll just like give like a curt nod and then just walk in and sit down.
Excellent. Both of you take place on the cart, and slowly makes his way down the road. I did mention that I would take you up to the closest city, but thinking on it, I'll try to avoid it. Vistanias are normally not quite welcome there. If you wish, I can drop you past the gates, and the city is within distance from there. You can surely make your way within a few hours to it. Is that all right with you? And he turns toward Tim, asking that question.
Yeah, it's gonna be alright, thank you.
Perfect.
I'll make my own way from there.
Perfect.
I'm a big boy, I guess.
Perfect. Excellent. I've never done any, he claps you in the back, kind of this very, very familiar, in a very, very familiar fashion, kind of like almost annoying, so much that he makes himself comfortable around you. But other than that, that's great. Just give me a few seconds. And, oops, that's not what I want. That's what I want. here. And we're gonna go here. Perfect. Oh. And that's what I want. And... Excellent. As you journey along the winding road, the forests seem to be thickening, and a dense fog seems to be enveloping the path behind you, almost making it disappear as you progress onward. Eventually, you reach what seems to be more common road, and suddenly, towering buttresses emerges from the mist, supporting massive iron gates that block your way. Flanking the gates are two colossal statues of armored guardian, their heads now laying among the weeds at their feet, offering no greeting but silence. As you approach, the gate creak of their own accord, and Stanimir is well intended to pass through unless you chose to intervene or ask him to stop. Seeing that nobody seems to be objecting, the Vardo passes through the archway. And once it is passed, the gate, on its own accord, as it had opened, slowly closes behind you, sealing your path in. The air grows almost immediately colder, and the mist thickens, signaling that you have entered a realm where sun rarely shines and shadows hold sways. Stanimir holds and stops his horse. Off in the distance, you do see what seems to be the directly to the west seems to be what seems is a village, and past that, a mountain range. To your left is the forest that slowly makes way to larger plains and a river that seems to be separating a bit further down the path. What seems to be separating the forest itself and the fields around the city. Well, my friends, I'm sorry to say, but this is as far as I may take you. I'll be heading down closer to the river and avoiding the city.
Well, thank you for getting me here.
He looks at the other ones.
Cyrus kind of leaned forward, put a hand over his neck before saying, "Why? You an outlaw?"
It's Vistani. Vistani's are... Let's just say that Barovians and Vistanias don't get along especially well.
He'll
Alright, well, thank you for that.
He'll nod.
I don't have much to offer, but can I give you a few coins by way of thanks?
No, friends, it's fine. If you wish to repay, absolutely. Once you are setting back on your feet, visit Serpool and bring a bottle of wine. Vistanis always appreciate a good wine.
he'll stare at the man for a few seconds behind like his back, so you can't see what he's looking or thinking, and then he'll just jump off the cart and start trudging towards it.
Excellent. So, Stanimir kind of like, ushers his cart onward, and after about 100 feet down the road, he veers left into the field into what seems to be this older path, and seems to be heading towards the forest and then following it down near the river, basically keeping a safe distance away from the city itself. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring y'all here. So this is the map of Barovia. Do we all see it? Yes, perfect. So, you start in the forest and met the gates. Past that, you went somewhat around here, and Stanimir headed that way, and the cities seems to be in that direction. Just give me a moment. I need this. Excellent. So, the moment that you step out of the cart and Stanimir is well off and no longer within view, Zvalik Wood, which is to your left, seems to be this suffocating presence to your left. Its trees seems to be towering and looming, almost trying to go overhead, even though you're a safe distance away from them. The twisted branches seeming to intertwine to form a canopy that seems to be choking out what little sun there is. The rest of the sun, of course, is choked out by this heavy gray cloud, these heavy gray clouds that are casted overhead. The air is thick with a scent of damp earth and decaying leaves, and an unnatural silence seems to be prevalent, even though that you're very close to the woods itself. It is only broken occasionally by the rustle of unseen creatures off in the distance. The mist itself, as noted before, seems to be disobeying itself the laws of the laws of physics, even as wind seems to be going southwards, even though the fog itself, clinging close to the floor of the forest, seems to be heading northwards. As you slowly press on and pretty much ready yourself to head towards Barovia, following this like small uneven road, a foul stench seems to be assaulting your senses. The unmistakable odor of death and decay seems to be coming from not too far to the left in the forest itself, and by the way that the fog seems to be parted, it seems to be almost inviting you. What do y'all do?
So I guess our goal was still the city.
Yeah, let's I think just stick to the road. See if we can't get to the town soon.
Yep.
Excellent. So, as you're saying that, coming up the road is a gentleman. You had not seen him prior, especially with the hillsides and other things of sorts. He seems to be wearing this tricorn of sorts. Kindrot, would you be willing to describe your character for us?
Wandering out of the mists is an elderly Barovian figure, adorned in a checkered blue and gray gambeson. Is a half-elf, carrying a bow, bag of arrows on one hip, a rapier on the other. Seems to be watching the tree line for signs of anything that would wish him ill.
Kindrot.
And before me
Sorry.
are a few strangers. Who goes there?
I'm Tim.
And your companions, my friend.
I don't know.
So-
The big guy is I don't know. I don't know their name actually.
Simus's hand will immediately run to his pistol. He won't draw it, but it'll vest there, and he'll just silently stare at them.
All right. Kindrot, you remember a conversation about an hour ago when you left town. You had a conversation with the person that you know being the son of the Lord of Barovia. You know, his name is Ilmark, Rilmark, Ismark, something like that. Like, his name isn't irrelevant anyways, he's paying good. and he hired your services. Not too long ago, he was sending, or rather his father sent an individual, Dalvin. And Dalvin was sent to deliver a letter. They never saw the gates open, so it is their belief that Dalvin is still within the valley itself. And the tracks that you have followed clearly lead in the direction that these people in front of you are. It then swerves to towards the south, in the same direction that this foul stench seems to be coming from. Ismark did also give you a small gold pouch, and you know better than to venture alone in the woods should you be able to avoid it.
There's an ill odor. Oh, no, wrong accent.
That's good.
I'm playing a wizard in another campaign that's Scottish.
Why make it easy when you can make it hard?
There's an ill odor on the air. Right, hell. Have you come from that direction?
No, we came from up the road that way. We smelled that and we were just gonna steer clear. That smells like a bad time and we're not in the best of shape.
Understandable.
I'd suggest you do the same.
I wish I could, though I have been tasked with finding a person who has gone missing. And currently, the trail leads towards that ill odor.
That doesn't bode well.
I fear that I must agree with you.
Are you on your own out here? I'm new around here, but it seems a dangerous place to be.
I currently am traveling alone, tracking a missing person. A courier has disappeared, and the letter he carried was rather important to my lord.
Well, do you need some help with that or something? 'Cause how far away do you think it is? We were...
Mr. DM, how far away do I think this is?
I mean, so the smell itself doesn't seem to be coming from too far away. If you wish, you may roll. So from your skills and your proficiencies, you can roll survival. So you're going to go into your proficiency and roll a little d20. And we're going to have the first roll of the campaign ever.
Right. Proficiencies. Survival, you said, eh?
Yes.
Alright, wish me luck. Spirits guide me.
It's on you to set the tone for the dice rolls.
Excellent. That's a good roll. Perfect. You're confident in your abilities, and you've smelled the decay before. If your quarry is indeed the source of this smell, perhaps 100 feet at most within the woods, and maybe one or you'd have to see the body itself, but it's been there for more than a day.
The body, there is body near less than 100 feet or 30 meters. I suspect it has been there for at least a day.
Well, I can at least walk with you that far.
That would be appreciated.
Excellent. So you swerve and head into the forest. My question is does Cyrus and Tim wish to continue onward toward the city, or would be willing to accompany this gentleman as he searches for his lost companion?
So Cyrus will shift, and after a few seconds, how important?
As far as you
I
can,
have been tasked with finding him.
as far as you can tell, though, you've not been said the importance of the letter. You do remember that the father sent this messenger off. The son asked you to go get him, to go find him. And as far as you're concerned, and as far as you know, something recently happened to the father, the Lord itself. So, is it about that? Is it something that's going on between the kid and his father? It's difficult to say.
Timothy will just keep on walking until he realizes he's alone and continuing towards the town, and we'll just backtrack towards them to not be alone.
Gotcha. Excellent.
I'm approaching the tree line with an arrow knocked.
Excellent. Are you looking for anything specific? I think we're going to have a Crystrid. Just give me a second. I just need to make something real fast.
Movement is the main sign I'm looking for.
So are you looking for... Okay, so you're looking off in the distance for movement?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. I would like to have you roll your perception.
All right.
It is on your main page, to the left, right under your AC. Rolling solid rolls right now. Okay. There seems to be slight movement off in the distance. Nothing troubling you too much. Posture check, sorry, and hydrate. And from the way the foliage is set, you're pretty sure that a predator was nearby recently or is still about. Either attracted or not by the foul smell and stench that you see and that you smell.
I suspect a predatory beast of some kind has been here. I know not if it is what killed what we smell, or if it is just scavenger.
So what do you guys decide to do?
Maz is gonna keep walking with this bowman.
Okay. Just give me a second. I'm just gonna add one thing here for Crystrid. Just give me a second. Sorry for that browser source everybody's seeing. There we go. Oh, oops, that's not the right one. Give me a second, guys. Trying to make it work. Come on. Here we go. Crystrid.
That's me.
Hello.
Hi.
Just give me a second. I'm gonna put you here. And I'm just working your avatar real fast. All right. So, Crystrid, welcome.
Thank you.
Just give me a second. Your voice is very, very, very low. Let me see if I can get it. I'll do that here.
Sorry, is my headset not good enough?
It's fine. You're good. Excellent. So, Kristrid, you were lost in the fog for a while. You know who you were looking for, but what you stumbled upon was not who you were looking for. You ventured into the forest and were lost to the mist for a long time, until you stumbled upon a wounded person. Give me a second, and I will bring us to this area. At first, you thought that you could assist this person.
Mhm.
A second. We're going to do that here. You followed this trail of blood up to the small hill where we see here a dead person. You do not recognize the clothes that they are wearing. They seem to be more of a Eastern European feel to it, and he seems to be wearing a satchel, very barely armed, and seemed to have been attacked recently, or rather, the cause of his death is clearly a recent attack by a wild animal of sorts.
Can I tell what kind of wild animal? Am I close enough to see the type of wounds?
So as you get closer to him, just give me a second. I'm going to do that here and do that here. So the body that you discover is a human corpse that is half buried in the underbrush. You have a feeling it is half buried because it was thrown there and like it was almost like ragdolled in the position that it is. Its flesh is thorned and clawed. Its clothes are muddied, bloodied, and crows have pecked at the remains already. Paw prints surrounds the body, evidence of a beast that claimed the unfortunate soul. Other than this satchel and other things he has in his hands, he seems to be holding and grasping a crumpled, blood-stained envelope with a seal wax, the large B letter. The forest around you seems to be almost closing, and it's almost as if the tree was whispering of auras that wait. Almost as if you're getting ready to reach out and touch that person, you hear voices coming from behind you. Looking over your shoulder, you do see a party of 4 individuals coming your way.
Is there anywhere where I could hide?
There is.
Tree. I would like to hide behind it.
Absolutely. Just give me a few seconds. So you hide behind a tree away from the prying eye, while our other gentlemen are slowly approaching the scene and witness this body on the ground. What do you guys do?
Do I know of any identifying features that Dalvin, the man I am tasked with finding, could be identified with?
You were given a very brief description, especially of what the person was wearing. And as far as you can tell, that is the person you were looking for.
Ah, hells. I suspect that this here would be the friend I am looking for. I guess I should retrieve his letter.
I'm truly sorry for your loss.
I knew not the man well.
Cyrus will kind of just grunt and then just walk up to the corpse, kneel down to the blood, and just kind of like put his gloves into it and just kind of bring it up to his like face, nose, I just kind of like rub it in on his gloves and then kind of like sniff it. I'm hoping to do like a check of some kind to like see how long he's been dead.
You can do a medicine check. And for Kindrot, you may search the body by double-clicking on that new note icon that's been opening. You should see a bloodied message, and you have the message itself right there. From what you can tell, you're no expert in. Give me a second. Just give me a second. Is there a at least a few days. So, do you see the letter, Kindrot?
Yes.
In order to take it, you need to open it, and you take it. Do you want me to put it in your inventory?
Yes. Oh wait, there's a button that says loot. Oh, I need to open mine, then drag it over?
Yeah, I'll do it for you. It
That'd
is
be
done.
greatly appreciated, actually.
Perfect.
The text is difficult for me to make out on my end.
You can enlarge it if you wish, but that is by design. In the meantime, Kristrid, you hear these gentlemen talking about this corpse or person as if it was somebody they knew, and you do hear that they're going through the pocket and satchel that he had. Do you do anything?
Well, at the moment, I'm trying to figure out how to introduce myself without getting, filled with arrows. They don't seem like they're horrible.
If it matters, I no longer have an arrow knock.
At that moment that you are thinking of, hey, how can I do it and so forth, Destiny probably knocks, as whatever killed it is back for its meal. Just give me a few seconds.
Joy.
Should we reintroduce ourselves for Kristrid?
We'll do it a bit later.
Okay.
So, seeing portraits at the top, you may click on it to roll your initiative. I will roll for all NPCs. Here we go. Just give me a few seconds. I'm going to do that here, and I'm going to do that here. Ooh, that's substantially... All right. So the wolves are back. Cyrus, you are first.
Wonderful. So, into the fray. It's my first action on my first round. I can move for free, so I will stride for free. 1 second. This music is very loud. Let me change.
Yeah, I found it loud too. I was like, what the hell?
Okay, let me move my sheet so I can actually do things. So slow. So, 25 feet movement. That's how this game works, right? Yeah,
Yep.
it's 25. I'm not a swap. That is not the right button.
Oh, okay, as a free action, you raged?
Yep.
Excellent. Just letting you know, if you hover your mouse over enemies and tokens, you can see how injured they are.
Well,
So-
that seems not to be working for me, so I'll just do it manually. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So, yes. Also, I've drawn my weapons as a free actions because of initiative, because into the fray. So, now I've done that. That's my free stuff. I now get to actually do my stuff, which is to stride more. Will the ruler work this time? No, it will not. I'm loving that. That's really annoying.
It's working.
So, it's not working for me.
Do you have it selected?
Yeah. So that'd be 5.
Because if you have the ruler selected, you're not supposed to be able to move your character like that.
10, I don't know what to tell you. 10, and then 15.
Okay.
And then I roll...
Don't forget to target.
Yes. Yes. Sorry, I'm remembering how this character works. I roll reloading strike because I have no ammo.
And you can
so
strike.
I'll do that first. Target. Yes.
Excellent. That
Nice on
misses.
this.
So you moved once, I believe, and you've moved once. You've unsheated, and you've attempted to attack, which failed.
Unsheath is free, so I have 2. I've done 2 actions.
Perfect.
And then interactive reload. So I reload even if I fail, miss. So now I will shoot at the wolf.
Excellent. Just give me a second. Does your does it still cause an attack of opportunity if you fail to hit?
Yes, it will.
Excellent.
Does it have an attack of opportunity?
Let me see. No, it does not. Wait, give me a second. Nope, it does not.
Wonderful.
And you miss.
Wonderful. And that's my turn.
Excellent. The first wolf, that is all the way at the end, is going to charge towards Moz, and will be attacking him with its jaw.
All right. And actually, for reasons I think I will not have raged. So.
Okay. It misses you with its first attack. It will try to attack you with its second attack. And miss. Give me a second. I want to do that here. The second wolf will use all of its 3 attacks on Cyrus that's right next to it. Its first attack hits to deal a total of 11 piercing damage. Cyrus is now injured. Second attack will hit, dealing 4 of damage to Cyrus. He is now badly injured. And last but not least, second attack will critically miss, and that'll be it for that creature. Going on to Kindrot. On deck, we have Moz.
All right. I believe I would like to use my first action, if it's in range, to designate the wolf that is near Cyrus as my hunted prey.
Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to bring your mouse over it, and you're going to press T. You will then that means that you will target it. Excellent. Then you're going to go into your action, and you're going to use Hunt Prey.
Already done.
Perfect.
I believe I have 2 remaining actions, and I would like with the first one to fire an arrow at said wolf.
You
Do
may
I just
go
click
right
the
ahead.
Strike button?
Yep.
Perfect.
The +7, yes. So that's a hit. You may roll damage directly on chat. So if you check,
All
there's a
right,
bubble now on
go
chat, and you should be able to see damage and critical. Do you see that?
Scrolling way down, and I see Kindroth fires an arrow. Oh, damage. There we go.
Click on damage. Perfect. For 11 points of damage. It is injured. You still have 1 action.
I would like to do that again.
You may do so again. Just be mindful that since it is your second attack, you're attacking with a +2 on your sheet rather than the +7.
How do I do the +2?
So if you open your sheet,
Yes.
you should be seeing a blue button saying strike +7, and then next to it you should see one that said +2.
+2 map -5?
Its map is multiple attack modifier -5. So basically your 7 has a -5. Yeah.
I'll do that then.
Go ahead. That one misses, swings by as the wolf is trying its best to avoid your fire and attacking while attacking, of course, Cyrus. Moz.
Moz is gonna turn and call to the others. Help him! I'll hold this one off.
So, are you raging?
No.
Okay, because let me know. I have something special for you when you rage.
Yep. Moz is then going to just punch this big ass wolf in the face. Just punch it right in the nose.
Excellent. So you may target and attack it twice, 3 times if you want.
It's only going to be twice because the first one is an intimidating strike.
Perfect. It is a critical hit, so it is frightened 2. And you can do your critical damage. Excellent. It takes the damage. It is injured.
And then I will punch it a second time.
Go right ahead. That hits. For 6 points of damage. Excellent. And that completes your turn. Tim.
I will cast Summon Undead.
Which of your menagerie do you wish to invoke?
A skeleton soldiers guard here.
Cyrus, as you are fighting this wolf, you do see Timothy invoking magic and rises, not exactly rises, but more like materializing, is this very basic skeleton that seems to be fighting on your side.
I mean, he'll look between the two, and he's focused on not at the moment. He can't process this.
As I'm a little further back, I just see this absolute abomination of nature rise. I'm ready to shoot it, and then it appears to be on our side. I am very confused.
Absolutely. I'm just going to do one thing here. Just give me a second. And that's going to be 5. Here we go.
Timothy, my friend, I have a question for you after battle.
If you wish.
Kristrid,
Hello?
what do you do?
Did I see that skeleton at all? I can kind of see it.
You can see what your token can see.
That is going to confuse the heck out of me. But I really want to cast Vitality Lash, but I want to figure out how far away I am from them. Can you remind me how to do that again on the keyboard, please?
On the keyboard, what's the quick key for it? Keyboard. I don't remember what it is on the keyboard. On the left side of the screen, you have token control. And you have select token, and if you go 2 down, you should see measure distance.
There we go. Thank you.
Not a problem.
Okay,
So seriously, sorry, on a side note, Khan, Nightbot is very, very, very zealous.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that after.
Yeah, we do. I'm sorry, like, Nightbot is currently, like, deleting stuff, and I'm so sorry. Okay, sorry. You were saying, Kristrid.
I wanted to move 10 feet.
You go right ahead. You can do that and press spacebar once you've done it. Oh, it's probably because you're going around that. Here we go.
There you go. Oh, yay, see more. Measure. It's still just a little too
So
far.
that's not an undead.
No, I know. That's a person.
That's a person.
I was more trying to figure out.
Well,
how
I
far
mean,
away
he doesn't know that. I'm in
Fair.
full, like, robe clothes.
Fair.
And, like, I look weird, I walk weird, I act weird.
Yeah.
Yes, but the undead is clearly
Yeah.
undead.
He looks like a skeleton.
Like he rattles and shit. It's
But I could be a
whole other
skeleton
level.
under me. I could be a zombie.
You could be a zombie more than a skeleton, but everybody seems to be thinking that Maz is a zombie because the bitten and everything. So,
What
well, I
I
mean-
would like to do is move over another 10 feet, but it's not really letting me.
okay, let me do it.
Please, as I wanted to get at least 30 feet to that, and I wanted to cast Vitality Lash on it.
On which one?
The wolf.
Excellent. So you may target it and use a cast button on your Vitality Lash to bring it into the chat.
Target. I select targets, click, and shift click. Okay.
He's like, don't forget you have cards. Yes, one that allows everybody a save to be made, one that fixes things, and another one that is for rations. Yes, we do have cards. Thank you so much.
I did forget about them.
So, Christrid.
I rolled a 13.
That's your initiative.
Oh, why is it giving me my initiative? I
Okay,
apologize.
so what we want to do is you're going to go in your spell casting,
Okay, I have that up.
and you're
Can
going
I
to
hit the
click on
cast?
the cast button of your Vitality Lash, like that. Here we go. It is targeted. You can click on Save DC 18 Basic Fortitude.
Mm-hmm. And roll.
Uh,
Nice.
Wait, give me a second. I just want to check one thing real quick.
Aren't you supposed to click on it?
Okay, it's saved. Does it do its damage? You deal damage with basic fortitude. If a creature critically fails to save, it also is until the start. So it's sadly saved, so it is not. It does not suffer the damage or anything.
Well, darn.
So you moved and you did Vitality Lash that cost you 2 actions. It ends. Your turn ends there. For everybody else, you do see that there's a person that emerged, a smaller, stouter person. Christrid, how about you describe yourself?
I am a dwarf of about 4.5 feet, kind of stocky, ridiculously sharply loud red hair that's pinned back very severely. I've got a big old war hammer on my back, and what looks to be like an image of the symbol of Sarenrae on hanging from a necklace on my neck.
Excellent. Just give me a second. And second round, Cyrus, what do you do?
Well, screw it. Reloading strike.
Excellent.
Yeah. There we go.
That hits.
Hits. Oh my god, yay.
6 of damage on the wolf.
Sweet. Now I shoot at it. Let me remember. This makes me not have attack of opportunity. Yes.
Yes.
And then I shoot at it. And I...
Miss.
Very sad. Final action will be to not have this work again, but it worked 5 seconds ago. That's amazing. I love it so much. I love Foundry.
What are you trying to do?
Oh, there we go. Bloody hell. Or not.
What are you trying to do?
Well, I was gonna stride down. There we go. That'll be 20. Yeah, and then space.
Perfect.
Yay, that's my turn.
Excellent. So the wolf right next to Moz will return in kind the aggression that they have received. It will attack Moz 3 times. So its first attack, it is still frightened, so it has -2 to all of its attack. First attack will miss. Second attack will miss. And third attack will miss. Is frightened at the end of the turn, reduces by 1. And then it is the second wolf's turn, seeing that he has a skeleton right there. It will attack the skeleton. Will miss. Second attack will miss. And last attack will miss. So all 3 attacks that the wolf did on the skeleton guard missed.
The dog can't get the bone.
And the dog cannot get the bone, apparently. Kindrod. Yeah, the dog can't get the bone. Kindrod.
I would like
To rage! No, just kidding.
to fire 3 arrows.
Sure, absolutely, you can. So your first attack is a critical hit. You may absolutely roll critical. So you click, rather than damage, you're clicking on the critical bubble on the chat.
Duly noted. I wish I had some good quip to say for the first critical of the campaign,
That is true.
but
Not
spirits.
Yeah, it's not the first critical. It's the first critical damage.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, fetch me this would have been good.
Spirits, guide my arrow through.
Fetch me this. For 17 of damage, which is not enough to kill it. It is now near death, though. Second attack hits. You may roll damage. Six of damage. It is still standing.
All right, you're a tough old beast. I'm sorry, but I've got to hit you with another.
And that is a second critical hit. Are you rolling your... Yeah, excellent. 16 of damage is enough to bring down the creature as it was trashing about trying to grab the skeleton in front of it. Your arrows, two of your arrows find their mark exactly in a precise location enough to bring down the creature down. That concludes your turn. Maz.
Yep, we're gonna do the same thing as last time. We're just gonna, as it's like snapping at me, I'm gonna drop an elbow on its snout.
You're literally like wrestling against a... Sure. The first attack sadly misses, so it is not frightened or anything.
I mean, it's still frightened one, but...
Yeah, it is still frightened one. Yes, absolutely.
And second attack.
Will hit.
So that'll just be a quick, like, knee up into its jaw.
Well, it's enough to make it, like... But still seems to be fiercely trying to defend itself. Tim.
I will spend one action to make my skeleton move. 2 actions.
Where do you want it to go? Oh, yeah, excellent.
I will spend one action to move myself. In Pathfinder, if I leave a square, or is it if I leave a square, or if I leave the whole range?
What are we talking about?
Attack of opportunity.
Attack of opportunities are if you use a manipulate action or if you leave threat range. There are certain attack of opportunity types that attacks the moment you use a move action, even if you stay within threat range. So it depends basically on the ability of the creature.
All right. Anyway,
so that's one action. You still have one action left.
And I will attack with my spear.
Excellent. Go right ahead. You may target hit.
Thank you. I was forgetting to target.
And that misses. Kristrid.
Well, I see that the skeleton that I was eyeing strangely, going, is that a... And then it's not moved. I'm like, yeah, okay, it's moving. It's moving. This is great. So I want to use my movement to go from here. I think I've got 20 feet of movement.
Let me confirm that, but that would be absolutely... Yes, you only have 20 feet of movement.
What would be... Oh, there.
You need to... Okay, here we go. Yeah, you need to click space bar after that. Excellent.
I did click space bar.
It's fine.
While holding down click.
And then since Vitality Lash didn't work this time, I'm gonna try Divine Lance.
Gonna try
Target.
Divine Lance. Excellent. Target it. Click on Divine Lance in the chat. On your in your character sheet.
And I did, but it didn't work because I think I popped it out. So maybe it needs to be popped in to do that. Let's try it again.
There you go. Perfect. Now you're gonna click on the attack button on the Divine Lance. And your Divine Lance misses. Very impressive show of strength and divine prowess, but still misses as the creature moves about and is currently in the process of trying to dodge what seems to be a encircling attempt.
I'm also a little bit shaky because there is a walking skeleton.
Perfect. Turn 3, Cyrus.
I will reload normally,
Okay.
then I'm going to just shoot at the wolf.
Excellent. Be sure that it is targeted. And you hit.
Yay.
For a grand total of 5 damage.
Wow.
It
Pretty
is
low.
near dead.
And I guess my final thing is just to reload.
Your gun was not reloaded. Excellent. So these are your 3 action. Yes, 5 of damage. I know. So firearms. There's one thing that you need to remember. Firearms,
No. I fully understand.
No,
why.
no. It's because somebody in chat says 5 of damage. Oh. Yeah, no. So 5 of damage is not a lot. You need to remember that in Pathfinder, dexterity is not added to any of the damages. And damage is exponential because eventually players get access to runes that will double, triple, or quadruple that amount of damage. So 5 damage for a level 1 or 2 is actually quite reasonable. That being said, the dire wolf. Let me see. What is that? No.
No, our archer's first turn was outside of the norm.
Yeah. So the direwolf will turn tail and flee. I do not believe anybody has attack of opportunities. Let me see. That doesn't. Maz, do you have attack of opportunities?
Nope.
Excellent. And it will travel 75, 110 feet off in the distance.
Well,
anybody wishes to just kill the beast as it's fleeing, or are you leaving it to flee?
well, seeing that it's like pretty far away now, Cyrus is immediately going to change his aim to the skeleton.
Excellent.
I will likely do the same.
At my turn, the skeleton will stop.
Existing.
Yeah.
Excellent. And we are out of combat.
So, a question about the skeleton. Does it phase out of existence, or does it crumple to a pile of bones?
It phases out of existence.
And do we know who casted it?
I mean, you're not an arcane or a divine spellcaster,
Right.
but you did see Timothy go hum nom nom nom, and the creature kind of manifested after. So,
Right.
I mean,
Those are some sketchy sound effects to go with that spell.
From now on, anytime you do it, it's nom nom nom.
So you can take an educated guess.
Okay.
So now I have to have a donut every time I cast Summon Undead because of that?
Yes.
It's part of the spell components.
So you are next, close to one another.
Cyrus will back away from the dwarf and Timothy and kind of like he's unsure who to focus on at the moment. Like it's a stranger or the person who just casted something weird. He's clearly like on edge and has his gun out, there's the knife out, and he's ready to do something, but he's waiting and letting them hopefully explain.
Excellent. While he's doing that, everybody else can notice that Cyrus is in the process of holding probably like part of his chest or anything like that because he's currently severely injured.
Oh yeah, no, he's like covered.
Cyrus,
He's covered in
would you
blood.
like me to check your wounds?
Would you like me to make it better?
He'll be
Or are you a
silent.
healer?
I just kind of wiggle my fingers in a hello, kind of. I'm not as dangerous as I don't look. Hello.
That is good news to hear.
Phil,
Right.
Yes.
do I
And I-
recognize the amulet of Saren Ray? Like the symbol?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Then after a few seconds of thought, he'll slowly unload his pistol and then put it away. Motion towards Christian to come towards him.
I will gingerly. Sorry, didn't mean to do that because I'm a ginger, but I will walk over and I would like to cast heal
Excellent.
on him.
So you can press the cast button on your heal, on one of your heals. Are you cast? You're certainly casting it for 2 actions, so you can cast on heal versus living 2 actions in the chat, and roll for healing. Excellent. So that is that means instantly, almost, even though your clothes remain teared and whatever blood you still had on your clothes is still there, the blood itself seems to be dry. The injury beneath it seems to be disappearing briefly. Before we go further, we'll be taking a 5-minute break. And then we'll be back soon in order to get back. So thank you so much. You guys can hang around for the 5 minutes while we just bio break / refresh whatever we're doing, and we'll see you guys in 5 minutes.
Pressure.
wants to hear when we go.
No,
Well,
no,
I
that's
don't think I'm next to
They-
one.
so I did not unmute the microphones before I said that. So we're good. Everybody, welcome back, everybody.
That would have been the funniest reintroduction.
No. So I was trying to do a bit too much things, and we were having a side conversation about another thing, and then I went
could've
like,
voted
ah. Oh
I
shit.
put a vote on that be how we come back from every break all of the time. It should always be that.
Sure. So we've also given a lesson to Nightboth. You should you should be better. So if you guys want to test it out, send links. Let's also sending in here. Ooh, we had another follow. That is so cool. Oh wow! Thank you so much for the subscribe. Wow. Thank you. Subscribe with Prime. That's very, very appreciated. So letting you guys know, by the way, we do have cards, and we have cards giveaways. So if you go to Streamloots, so the links that's over there, www.streamloots.com/crafters, you may have access to cards. There are card packs that can be actually that can help out the party as they are adventuring. We do have coupons, and coupons we have. Just give me a second. We have five packs to give out. So when you go into the cards and you want to buy cards, if you enter this coupon, you will be receiving a pack for free. We have 5 for giveaway for the first 5 people that enter this word that I will be typing right now in chat. By the way, this word is for viewers. Players, refrain. So, this is the keyword for tonight. Yes, I spelled it right. Strudel. It's not strudel, it's Strahd. All right.
I am Strudel von Zog.
Strudel von Zog. No.
I
Yes.
invite you to my dinner.
Curse of Strudel.
Oh, Lord.
Wow. Oh, Strudel von... Oh, my God. All right. So. Last...
Being healed.
yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Go ahead.
Okay. After he's healed, Cyrus will nod and then put away his knife to show that he's trusting and not nervous at this point, and kind of grunt out a thanks, and then backs away.
Welcome.
So you are left, all 5 of you, near this massacred body. This is indeed the person that Kindra you were looking for. You do have in your hand this letter that was brought along with it. Give me a second, and if you wish, I can read it out to you. Give me a second. Okay, that's the one. I need that here. There's so much going on too many screens. It's insane.
I do produce the letter and attempt to read it.
All right. It is not a letter that you are it is not a handwriting that you are familiar with. But it reads, "Hail of thee of might and valor. I, a lowly servant of Barovia." Oh wait, give me a second. Is it that one? Give me a second. I just want to be sure I'm giving you the right one. Sorry. Just want to be sure that it's reading the right thing for you. It reads, "Hail of thee of might and valor. I, the burgomaster of Barovia, sends you honor with the spare. My adopted daughter, the fair Irina Koliana, has been, these past nights, bitten by a vampire. For over 400 years, this creature has drained the lifeblood of my people. Now, my dear Irina languishes and dies from an unholy wound caused by this vile beast. He has become too powerful to conquer. I say to you, give us up for the dead and encircle this land with the symbol of good. Let holy men call upon their power that the devil may be contained within the walls of weeping Barovia. Leave our sorrows to our graves and save the world from this evil fate of ours. There is much wealth entrapped in this community. Return for your reward after we are all departed for a better life. Signed, Kolyan Indirovic, Burgomeister of Barovia. Kindrot. Kolyan Indirovic is the Burgomeister that sent Dalvin first out with seemingly this letter. Ismark, his son. Irina is adopted daughter. I will also paste it in chat if anybody wishes.
Sorry,
to...
is Irina Ismark's daughter or sister?
Sister. Codes are
Should
not
we read this out
working?
loud or just to you?
Give me a second. Interesting. I'm just gonna. Oh wait, I'm gonna use this link.
Do any of you have a shovel? I would rather leave Delvin in the ground rather than leave him to the elements.
I have a mug.
Aha!
It's not as good as a shovel, but we could try.
A new legendary card has been found.
Somehow I doubt I will have luck digging a grave of sufficient depth with a mug.
Are there
How do you know until
rocks
you've tried?
around that-
Wow. Okay, give me a second. 2 legendaries have been found. So, what were you saying, Maz? Maz?
Are there maybe like rocks or big rocks around that we could build a cairn with? Doesn't seem any of us have a shovel.
Honestly, with the ground itself seems to be more of a it doesn't seem to be like it's compacted dirt, so digging up a grave.
Dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Jesus. Brush with that. Excellent. So that's a new card for you guys. It would be hard for you to actually dig any types of grave or any sorts of things. There are, though, rocks that you can use in order to create a cairn, indeed.
We can.
I would very much like your idea to build a cairn. I shall assist in such endeavor.
Is that, or I can carry him back to town. A cairn will at least give him a proper burial here.
We can all... I support the idea of a cairn, and then let the town know, should they wish to exhume his body for a more proper burial.
Maz will set about picking up big rocks and bringing them over.
Excellent. What is
I will
Tim's... Kristrid. So Kristrid and Maz are in the process of basically creating a cairn. Kindrot probably also helping out in the process and looking around. What is Tim and Cyrus doing?
What is Tim doing is what Cyrus was waiting for. Okay. Cyrus, I guess, is just going to just kind of like scan the area. He's not really interested in burying a dead body who's just going to be dug up by wolves.
Okay.
So instead, I guess he's more looking for, like, you know, useful plants or things of the sort that he can, you know, maybe gather.
That would be more in the lengths of a foraging of sorts. You may do a survival check. Tim.
Well, now that the cat's out of the bag, I'll deign I'll do a 1-minute ritual to summon my companion.
Excellent. So, after a minute, this partially rotted horse appears.
Timothy, I fear your horse is not healthy.
That's
He's
one
not
way
in
to put it.
pain, is he?
No, it's not in pain. It's mindless.
Okay.
It is not kind to insult the intelligence of such a noble steed.
No, you misunderstand me. It literally is mindless.
So it's not real?
What
No,
arcane artifice is this
Well, if it's not
steed?
real, why do you make it look like that? Why don't you make it look like a normal horse?
Because it's not a normal horse? I mean,
Is it real? And can I like take my finger and kind of just
you can touch it if you will.
huh?
Do you touch it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna use my finger to poke it just to see if like if there's any like
So, the first thing
give to it.
the first thing you notice is that the flesh you're touching has the texture of dead flesh. It's like it's not. It gives like it doesn't have the flex of any normal flesh. It's cold to the touch. If you pass your hand slightly in the mane of the horse, you have a few strands that literally are stuck to your fingers and your flesh, with part of kind of like ripped off the flesh that's soft, even as it's dead. It's clearly a corpse of sorts, though it is not the usual undeads that have malignance or are inherently evil. It seems, as Tim has said it best, mindless and awaiting instruction. Some kind of construct, if you will, like somebody that would be creating a golem, if you will, but made of flesh. Yes, actively rothing.
Well, I mean,
Is
it's a
there a
skeleton.
smell?
but-
Does it smell, or is it?
It
just
doesn't
look-
smell. Like most of the flesh that was on it is long gone. It is more of the nature of skeleton with patches of leftover skin on it.
Krista just feels this intense pity in her chest for the poor thing, but she's trying to comfort herself with remembering he says that it's mindless, it's not doing anything, it's not a beast that's being held against its will kind of deal.
After witnessing this worrying sight, Kindroth's gonna go back to helping Mauzelius with the cairn construction.
Perfect. It takes you.
So is this
Go ahead.
normal? Is this normal? Is this like this? Are dead things just normal here? Is that what this place is?
I don't know. I'm not from here.
Oh, even better. Oh, I'm being rude. Hello, I'm Kristrid. Kristrid Honey Whiskey.
I am Timothy Gahad.
Hello there, Timothy.
Zelius, Bacernus, you can just call me Maz.
Cyrus Novak.
I just nod and yes, you are.
If we are doing introductions, I in these parts am known as Kindros Svelicevic.
Well, I'll tell you guys my last name too. I'm Kristrid Honey Whiskey.
You were the one who gave your last name first, so.
Oh, I did?
that's why.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I'm really sorry, guys.
Oh, it's fine. This place.
This whole adventuring thing is it's kind of new to me, and I seem to have bitten off a very large piece in which to start.
You say adventuring. I live here.
Isn't it an adventure?
I guess every day is its own adventure, from a certain point of view.
Well, the being here isn't so much the adventure for me. It's more I'm just looking, trying to find people, specific people, not just. And I don't just have a hankering for like random people. Just looking around, and so I just call it adventuring to make myself feel better about the rising dread that's currently at the back of my throat.
Phil,
Yes.
do I have the pendant for my backstory?
Yes.
Okay. Hearing Kendroth mention that he's here, I'll pull it out, kind of hold it up towards him and say, "Know this?"
Do I know this?
So the pendant itself seems to be this round pendant made of silver. It seems to be tarnished, rather in a. It seems to be old. You've ventured far and wide through the valley of Barovia. You've seen that symbol before on the building, perhaps, but it was in passing, and of course, and again, you might be wrong, but it sounds familiar. You think you've seen in the valley, but where exactly? You're not sure.
The symbol looks familiar, though I know not the meaning behind it, nor its name.
He'll stare at you for a few seconds, and then slowly put it away, and then say, "Was kidnapped. Woke up here."
Sorry, could you repeat that, my friend?
Was kidnapped. Woke up here.
Ah, I am sorry for the means by which you have visited my homeland. Perhaps the rest of your stay will be better.
He'll kind of just scoff and then go back to foraging.
Kindroth, was it? Perhaps you could just. I'm not super good with maps or anything, but I don't think I've ever seen a Barovia on any of them. Where is here?
Well, I would like to help you greatly with that, though I, in my life, have never left Barovia, and thus know little of the world outside of this fine region.
Can I answer this?
You can make an occult check.
Because it was in the background, but
You know what? No, you're right. You can say it.
we're actually in the half plains of Dread, which is why you never saw it.
We're what? We're in
We
where?
are not in this. Well, I assume we are not in the same plains as the one Moses come from.
Well, that would explain some things.
As to how and why we've gotten here, that I cannot explain.
I'm sorry, you said half plane of dread?
Or so it seems.
What is the world out here like then? This is such a
what?
strange name for my homeland.
Well,
I
mean,
ask
you can
what
still call it
world out
Barovia.
of here look like?
Wasn't
That's
really
a
a
really
road.
big question. There's a lot of world and a lot of worlds out of here.
Cyrus will kind of glance back and just say, "Shit," and we'll go right back to foraging.
Takes about an hour, and you are done with the cairn. It got considerably colder, and by the time that you're done, most of the day has already seemed to have expired, as in you perhaps have 2 or 3 hours before sundown.
Kindroth would like to lower his hat to his chest, utter a short prayer to the spirits of the woods, hoping that Dalvan's spirit, his soul, may pass on to a better life, and ending it off with a deep bow to a fellow servant of the lands of Barovia.
Your
Well,
only answer
a
is
little bit
the
over.
your only answer is the silence of the forest and the wind rustling in the leaves above.
Well, perhaps we can get to town. Is there an inn or somewhere we can stay there?
Kindra, you do know that
Would
there's an
I-
inn. There's one inn and one merchant. The inn is called the Blood on the Vine. You know that it is owned by Vistanis. Like normally, it's not very busy. There is also a shop across the street called Bildred's Mercantiles, but at this hour it's probably closed. Worst case, if people don't have a place to stay, there's also a church that normally welcomes people, but the priest has been more or less open and has been going a bit more erratic in the recent days.
There is an inn known as Blood on the Vine nearby. It is run by the Vistani. If you have not yet met them, they are a very cheerful people. I find them to be better company than most of my fellow Barovians. There's also a general store close by it, though it should be closed at this hour.
Oh,
Nearby,
sounds great.
you shall also find a temple, though I know not to which god.
So you slowly make your way out of the forest and head towards the village. Passing, of course, fields, you do see off in the distance this village of Barovia. Just give me a second. As the sun dips below the jagged peaks of the Balinok Mountains, the eastern approach of the village of Barovia emerges from the encroaching mists. The air grows heavy with the scent of damp earth and decaying foliage. What would normally be vibrant colors for the landscape fade into the now thematic and usual and almost dull palettes of gray and muted browns. The fields of withered wheat flank the dirt road that you are walking, their stalks swaying in the chill breeze, accompanied by the creaking of weathered scarecrows that stand as silent sentinels. Puddles of stagnant waters reflect the dimming light, evidence of recent, unrelenting rain. The village itself appears desolated, its crooked rooftops leaning chimneys silhouetted against the darkened sky with no signs of life, save the occasional flicker of candlelight behind shuttered windows. I just saw the chat. Just give me a second. I also want to do one thing here real quick. I'm gonna do that here, and I'm gonna bring you guys here. All right. Give me a second. Eye above, perched atop a sheer cliff, looms Castle Ravenloft, its spires piercing the heavens like talons of a monstrous bird. As night falls, the mists part and reveal a sky studded with stars, and a blood moon rises from behind the castle, casting an eerie glow that baits the village in crimson hues. The castle's silhouette becomes a menacing presence, its dark tower seeming to leer down upon the village below. The streets itself are narrow and uneven, lined with dilapidated homes whose sagging roofs and boarded windows speak of years under the pall of dread. At the art of this desolated settlement stands the Blood of the Vine Tavern, a weathered sign creaking in the wind. A faint glow seeps through the grimy windows, accompanied by the muffled strains of melancholic music, offering a rare hint of life into an otherwise lifeless place. Directly across, as Kindred said, through the muddy thoroughfare lies Bildrat's Mercantile, though its door, as Bildrat has said again, is currently closed. To the south, a hunting wail pierces the stillness, a woman's sorrowful cries echoing through the night, emanating from a modest dwelling cloaked in darkness. The mournful sound underscores the pervasive sense of despair that grips this village. Northward, the road ascends towards a modest church, perched upon a gentle rise. Its bell tolls at irregular intervals, each chime resonating with an unsettling cadence that seems to mark not the hour, but some inscrutable omen. Beyond the church is, of course, a neglected cemetery sprawled across the hillside. Its crooked tombstones are overgrown graves and bathed in eerie glow that of the the blood red moon, casting elongated shadows that dance in the mist. I also wish to say that whatever you hear is part of there are sounds in the maps and other things that are there for real. So if whatever you hear as sound effects or anything of the sort are indeed part of this experience. So you do approach this village. Up to you to decide should you wish to enter or progress further in, as you now stand at the entrance.
I do have a question for the DM.
Yes.
At the end of the encounter earlier, was I able to retrieve any of my arrows? I forgot to ask at the end of the break.
As you forgot to ask, but you were still there at the beginning, I would say that you recuperated half of them, which is the standard amount.
Rounding up or down?
We will always round down.
Okay. I shall add 2 to my inventory.
And yes, Sora, that's technically English weather is absolutely what Barovia goes for. I also want you guys to know that there's still 2 packs left for grabs on Streamloots if you want to take part in the cards in order to be able to assist the party into getting better odds and anything like that. The link currently is in the chat. All right, so what do you guys do?
Should we head to the inn?
I think so.
I don't think we really have any other choice.
I could use a hot meal.
I could use a roof over my head.
These are all very good suggestions. I concur with the rest. We should probably head to the inn.
Excellent. You progress.
Cyrus will just like grunt and just walk towards it. It's still covered in blood, but you know, like he just does not care.
Sure, not a problem. So you enter the town through this one street coming in from the east, and make your way towards what seems to be the tavern itself that they mentioned.
I will pack away my undead horse.
Excellent. So before you stands this tavern. It is cozy. There's a slight music coming from inside that stops about a minute or two before you reach the entrance of it. Do you stay outside? Do you go in marching order, if anything?
Mazalius was going in.
Yeah, I will likely lead or go directly after Mozelius.
Okay.
As I've been here before.
It is your home. Maz will definitely let you lead.
Excellent. So you walk.
All right. The mood as we enter, is it the usual or is there anything out of the ordinary?
If you give me a few seconds, I'll tell you. So the Blood at the Fine Tavern stands as a dim beacon in the fog-surrounded town of Barovia. Its weathered sign, once reading the blood of the vine, now bears the altered inscription, Blood on the Vine, a subtle testament to the tavern's decline. Inside, as you walk in, the air is, as usual, thick with the scent of stale wine and smoke from the earth that offers little warmth compared to the temperature outside. The establishment, though once finely anointed, now shows signs of neglect and wear. Off in the distance stands a barkeep, mechanically cleaning glasses and having a vacant expression, barely acknowledging the entrance of new patrons. For you, this is a usual sight, Kindrat. Eric, as you known him to be, is the usual barkeep, and he seems to be afflicted by something that has now been commonly accepted in Barovia. Some people seem to have absolute despair in their heart. They have no flicker of life behind their empty eyes, no desire, and seem to be only mechanically threading through life, while other people seem to be inhabited with this spark of life. Some people, and especially among the Vistanis, are whispering rumors that these people might actually not have any souls. At a table near the entrance, you see the three Vistani women that are the owners of this establishment. They sit in usual Vistani fashion, adorned in vibrant attire, their conversation almost instantly halting the moment that you walk in, and their gaze fixed upon you. Musical instrument can be found leaning against the table's legs. Their scrutiny is palpable, and a silent assessment of those who walk in, especially at such an hour, is palpable itself. Across the room, a young man in his late 20s, with shoulder-length blonde hair and clad in black, rises from his seat at the bar. A sword hangs from his hip, and curiosity seems to be flickering in his eyes as he approaches the group. Kindrat, you notice that this is the gentleman that hired you initially. He approaches the group, breaking the tavern's oppressive silence with his measured step. Ah, Ranger, you are back.
Ismark, I fear that I bear ill news.
Do you?
Our friend Dalvin, unfortunately, met a rather grisly fate.
He seems to be going through a quick range of emotion, but it is quickly muffled as you feel that he might have expected it. I see. So no news from beyond and no help from my sister. And he kind of like looks over your shoulders as the rest of your party kind of pours in.
I have found travelers on the road. They may be of assistance.
I see. Welcome, welcome. He looks over his shoulder towards the Vistanis, who are still very much listening to the conversation. And how about we take a table at the far end of the inn, away from prying eyes?
Likely wise.
If you wish, I can offer something to drink to your friends.
I'd prefer just maybe something to eat.
Oh, of course. Where are my manners? Here, he will give Maz. He will give you a small pouch. Simple measures of reward for service rendered. Of course, take whatever you will from the inn. I would avoid meals, and if you wish, after our discussion, I can offer some perhaps more warmth at our home. But food here is, and he looks once more towards the Vistanis, back towards you, not the best. He will turn on his heels and slowly head towards. So the tavern itself is L-shaped, and he's gonna go basically turn around in the corner, basically facing the bar, but like at another end, kind of like here-ish in the tavern. Are you following?
Yes, I will.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Excellent. Anybody going to the bar or anything of the sort? I guess not. Oh,
No, you know what? After that harrowing experience in the woods, a glass of wine sounds absolutely delightful.
absolutely. Just give me a second. I want to check one thing real quick. Because I do believe I have a menu for it. I don't remember where it is, though. Where is it? Let's do it like that. Blood and Divine menu. Yeah, excellent. There are two types of wines accessible. Boat wines are brewed by the Wizards of Wine, which is the current, the only actually winery in the valley and the only procurers of wine. You left about a day, you left in the morning, and you remember that the Purple Great Mash number 3, a glass of wine was about 1 cupper. It is now sold for 5 cupper. And the pitcher of Purple Great Mash number 3, same thing, basically a pitcher of the same type of wine, was 1 silver piece and is now 5 silver pieces for the pitcher. There was a slight increase in prices. So while you're at the bar doing that, Maz, have you went with? Did you go with Kindra to the bar, or you went to the table with this blonde gentleman?
I went to the table.
Excellent. He looks at you. Oh, you will not be needing the money then, and he kind of like asks back for the money.
Yeah, you said the food was wasn't.
Of course, of course. I'll arrange for something later. Don't worry about it.
I produce 5 copper for the wine.
Arik mechanically takes your money, takes a bottle of wine that's probably been open for more than a day, opens it, pours you a substantial glass of wine in these wooden cups, and hands it to you. No words exchanged, no nothing other than just mechanically doing what you've asked him.
All right. I bring the wine to the table where the others are then.
Excellent. So you sit down at the table. I often see people coming from other lands here, but they are more of the passing nature. What brings you to Barovia? He asks in general to the table.
Simonslav just kind of scoff, cross his arms, and lean back.
I got lost in the woods.
And the mists took you here, I presume.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me too.
Yeah, that's more or less my story too.
I see.
I was walking, these mists just showed up out of nowhere, and now I'm here.
These lands are inhabited by their own. Hey, thank you for the follow. They are inhabited by their own will. They took you here for a reason. They say that the land breeds and lives. And once it has its clutches upon you, seldom do you freely return without striking some type of bargain. I'm sorry for you, friends. You see...
What sort of bargain?
Thank you.
I definitely am gonna have to get home.
You see, the lady of the land is strange, intemporal. She amuses herself with the people here. There's no better way to say it than this place, her playpen of sorts. And normally people who are able to flee or leave is by accord. gonna look down at the table for a second. I'd be willing to take you, at least a meeting, should you wish one. But I would ask two things. One, that you prove yourself first, because the trek is difficult, to say the least. And second, I need somebody to be taken to safety. If you do
Vil.
these two things, I'll be willing to at least get you an audience with the person in charge.
Vil, you already know my answer.
Good. He's gonna look at the other ones.
I'm always ready to help someone in need.
I would be honored to help.
Cyrus
It's
will...
not like. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go on.
It's not like if we have a choice if we want to get out of here anyway.
Cyrus will start to lean forward, then Timothy will speak, and after a second of thought, he'll go back to leaning back.
Good. Barovia is ripe with dangers, and the unknown and unholy. There's a house within the city that is ripe with dangers. My sister needs to be taken to the safety of the village of Valaki, where a friend of ours is. We believe that she can be saved, at least within the Abbey of St. Markovia. But for you to take her there, you should first brave this house. If you come back from it, I will judge you of sufficient strength to protect her from her. Do you agree?
Very well.
Mm-hmm. I'll nod.
Protect her from who?
Some people might say that should be to protect her from the land itself. And he kind of he's gonna look over his shoulder towards where the three Vistanis were moments before. They're still at the table. They're not playing any instrument, and you have a feeling that he doesn't feel safe of having that conversation here. That he's suspecting that these Vistanis are perhaps spying on him.
Phil.
Yep.
On my end, Syverson, can he tell how, like, I want to gauge how desperate Ismark is with asking.
You can make a society check. No, give me a second. Let me see. It's not gonna be a society. It's gonna be a diplomacy check. So for those who are more used to Dungeons & Dragons, perception is not everything to get you information or anything of the sort. Normally, for example, if you're trying to gauge somebody socially, you use diplomacy and other things like that. For example, if you're trying to find somebody that is hiding stuff, you roll thievery. It's normally different things of the sort. Hey, thank you for the gifted subs. That's amazing. 2 gifted subs. Thank you so much, Sora. All right. So, hey, thank you, Turf. Very much appreciated. Thank you for the subscribe. All right. So, we were saying.
Well, after witnessing this group aid me in fending off 2 great wolves earlier, I trust their mettle against whatever that House of Horrors has in store.
Good.
So can I, what do I read?
What do you, sorry, what? What do you read?
What, Yeah, but I read.
He seems to be a person that has gone through a railroad of emotion in a very short span of time. He seems to be going through grief, worry. There seems to be a lot going on here. He definitely
desperate.
seems to be anxious.
Okay, so he's desperate. So I was holding in and kind of saying, "Want more?"
What more?
And want money.
You want money? I mean, of course, sure, of course. And he kind of like he seems to be pulling himself away from his like the depth of his anxiety for a second. I can put together. Would 50 gold pieces suffice?
He'll stare at the man and like.
He'd
It's
look at
clear
you
he
for a
wanted to.
So he'd look at you and avert his eyes the moment that your eyes meet.
Right. He'll stare, and it's clear he meant to like play it off as cool and then like look, like yeah, I planned this. But the second you say 50, he's gonna clearly be like stunned and silent, like oh my, that's a lot. And after a bit, kind of stammer, yeah, that's good.
He's gonna instantly relax. Great. Perfect. Thank you. I'll prepare the sum. I will need to go through my father's belongings. I've just recently stepped into the role of Burgomaster, and I do not have all the details or the paperwork or anything of the sort. But yes, absolutely, 50 gold pieces is within the realms of what I can do. Perfect. And he's gonna part of what he was saying was him talking to himself as much as giving information. You were saying, Christrid?
I was asking him specifically, can I ask what a Burgomeister is? I'm not familiar with this term.
Yes, Burgomeister, the lord of the city, if you will.
Oh, yes, I understand that word. Okay.
Not to be confused with the Burgermeister. Perfect.
Does he make burgers?
Yeah, absolutely. He's a chef. He's amazing. The burgers he makes are great. So, excellent.
Have I seen any cows since I've been here?
You have not.
Oh no! What do they make the burgers out of?
Would I know what they make the burgers out of?
More than likely, probably. I didn't mean to go so deep into Barovian. Probably goats more than cows.
Did you ask your burger question out loud, or was that...
No, that no, oh my god! No. So...
Well, I asked the Burgermeister question out loud.
No. Burgomeister. He's gonna go
Burgle?
almost... If you do not mind, I'll go grab myself a drink to the bar. The house is not too far from here. I can point you in the right direction when you're ready. And he's gonna stand up and kind of like leave you for the first time, the five of you around the table and away from any immediate danger.
As he stands up,
Yeah.
Cyrus will make eye contact and hold up like 2 fingers and just say 2. And then go back to look at.
Can you make up to you? Can you make an intimidation or diplomacy check? And you went with diplomacy. He doesn't seem to be taken aback. Takes a second, smiles and nods, and goes towards the bar where Arik is currently in the process of washing yet another glass, as he's just there absent-mindedly, leaving you 5 around the table.
All right, so are we going into this house tonight, or do we want to wait for
I think he
I
wants us to go tonight.
I am good to go tonight.
me too.
I really wanted a hot meal first.
Well,
I
didn't
mean,
he say he would
I-
arrange one for us?
Yeah, he did, and then he said that he'd point us in the direction of the house next.
Maybe the meal is at the house.
I reach into my bag and I produce a piece of pemmican and hold it up to Timothy.
The person who wants the meal is Moe's, by the way.
Ah, shoot. Sorry.
It's fine.
I produce a piece of pemmican, which is equivalent to 1 ration,
Yeah.
and offer it to Timothy.
Oh, it's
You're
fine.
being
I
so
have
mean
food.
and trying to give somebody else the food.
I have food. I was just hoping for something hot.
We could
I
put it
would
over a
like
fire.
to go on.
Yes.
I would like to go on while it's still clear outside, but I have no real objection to going tonight. But I would prefer to go out on a day trek. It seems safer.
Mm.
As you're just there musing for a second, Ismark comes back with 2 glasses of wine, hands one to Cyrus, and he goes around the table and sits down himself, taking a hefty first gulp from his glass. So, about that house. We call it Death House. It's
Particular reason?
a dangerous house and seems to be inhabited by a will of its own. It was once a location where a cult had some strange rituals and strange things happened. People died. And it seems that whatever happened there gave some types of spirit to the house. Hey, where's the time? How you going? I hope you're doing great. Sounds downright cheerful. It is super cheerful, okay? Death House.
So, for Christian, you'll see Cyrus take off his mask, and he'll have like a scar along his like mouth down to his throat. It's like an old wound. It's healed. It was probably very nasty initially, but it's just scarred over now. And he's a very tanned man, a very small man, very lanky, and he'll just start to drink.
Excellent. What is everybody else doing?
I am continuing to drink the wine that I purchased earlier.
Okay.
So, would we be able to go in tomorrow? It's been a long day for a lot of us, but
I understand. I hoped that you could go this evening and we could have leave with my sister once you come back in the morning.
We could at least scout the place out.
Wouldn't hurt to look.
yeah.
Are you doing okay? Like, do you need... And I, like, wiggle my fingers. Magic hands?
Oh, I
think-
don't think so. I got this bite earlier, but it's not really bleeding anymore or anything.
Bites, you say?
Yeah, something bit me in the nests.
No.
It's
What,
probably not.
something or someone? Was there fur? Was there scales? Skin?
I didn't really get a good look. I was already in a bit of a panic, and here I could show you
Okay.
the bite if you want.
Yes,
Might as
please.
well
Could I
unwrap the
take a look at
bandage.
him in, like, in my medical capacity and
Absolutely.
see what I can figure out?
So he presents the arm that he mentioned he was bitten on. and takes you a few seconds. You run your fingers through on his skin, look for a wound of sorts, and after a second, you realize there's no wounds and there's no scars.
Are you sure you got bit?
Yeah, no, that I'm certain.
Maybe you need to get some sleep.
Well, doesn't sound like that's in the cards. So,
I'll be sure to make it worth your while.
And what does that translate to?
A warm meal, money for your friend, and whatever is within my power to give you, of course. As he's talking, by the way, you also hear outside the ding, ding, ding sound of the church bell ringing from far away.
Oh, there's a church.
Yes.
Do you know which god it's dedicated to?
Not really. Gods seldom have any power here, and yeah. He seems to be looking down for a second. Danovic seems to be down on his luck as well.
Who's Danovic?
The local priest.
Of the temple that we don't really know of what god.
It's a god of light of sorts. I'm not a particular religious person.
She perks up when she hears god of light. Samurai?
I wouldn't know.
Has Kindroth heard of this Sarenrae?
Not really. You know what? Make
Was
a religion.
this-
Make a religion check.
Yeah. Let's see if I can muster something up. Trying to find my proficiencies real quick. Let's see.
The only Sarenrae you've heard of gods of lights, but only mostly from adventurers that were passing by. Most of them were never heard from again.
Would Sarenrae be a god of light?
Well, gods of the sun, healing, and the sun gives off light. So I figure it's not that far of a stretch.
I believe I have heard that name before from an adventurer. Though they wandered into the woods, never saw them again.
What woods? Is it dangerous? Was it here in Barovia?
That would be correct.
So, do not wander into any woods while I'm here. Okay.
Well, the woods are where I make my home. So, if you do not respect the local wildlife, it will make quick work of you.
Ah.
Ismark will nod and sigh, kind of like in a knowing sigh.
But yeah, I'll go into this house.
Excellent. And almost as if he was like just waiting for you to say that, he's gonna finish his glass, stand up. I'll be waiting by the door. And he's gonna head in that direction. As he
Cyrus will groan.
As he passes, you notice that the three Vistani women that are at the bar, at the table, kind of like their gaze follow him, and almost unnoticeably to himself, even he will hurry up as he passes next to them.
Cyrus will groan, down his glass, quickly affix his mask, and then go stand and walk up to Ismark, just like stand next.
I'll be right there and just make a quick stop. Maz is gonna go to the bar and buy a bottle of wine.
Excellent. For a great total of 5 silver pieces.
which wine was this?
It's a grape mash number 3. I can add it to your sheet if you wish.
That would be great.
Let's do that.
If you could also add Grape Mash number 3 to Kindroth's sheet, that would be fantastic.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just
And
add
since
it.
we're doing
Mash number 3. So what I'll do is I'll do it once, and once after we're done, I'll be sure to give it to everybody.
Perfect.
and since we're doing technical stuff, shouldn't I roll a fortitude for mine? Because effect 1 is like plus 1
no,
to
it's
fear
if you
saves,
take if you
which I
take
think might be useful.
it's if you take more than 1, I believe.
Oh, that's
All right. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. Here we go.
What I can also do is I have a bottle of alcohol
Nope.
in my inventory. I could hit +1 quantity.
No, we're fine. It's gonna be different. That's why.
Oh, okay. I'll hold off on that then.
Sure. So everybody is assembling out near the entrance and leaving the tavern, correct?
Yep.
Excellent.
Sounds right to me.
So we found ourselves outside of the tavern and heading down the second road, I believe. Just give me a second. So back on your track, and as you reach this area, basically the entrance that you were at, he points in the direction of the large cliff where you see the castle off in the distance, northwards, basically. At the end of the road, there's this. So there's basically like a small gravel road that leads to a tall house that seems to be as dark as a tombstone. It's nestled among some solemn dwellings and a handful of closed-up shops. Of course, they have not been inhabited in forever, or at least it seems that way. You hear, as you get closer, a whimpering that draws your eye closer as you approach. So let me just give me that here. Here we go. As you get closer, you do hear this whimpering, and you see 2 children that are standing in the archway leading up to this house. The woman, the smaller child, a small boy, for what seems to be a small boy, is currently in the process of crying, while the older young girl is shushing him and trying to comfort him. She seems to be saying, "Shh, don't worry. We'll be able to get out of this." And as you approach, she looks at you and kind of like cradles her younger brother in her arms. She seems to be waiting for a second.
Oh,
She looks at you.
hello there.
As you speak and say hello, there's a monster in our house. And she's going to point to the tall brick row house that has clearly seen better day behind her. This is the house also that Ismark has guided you to.
Maz
Are you
will-
guys okay?
We don't know where our parents are. Shh, it's okay, Torn. It's okay. Don't worry about it. And the girl is going to be also cradling her younger brother in her arms.
Do they look warm? Like, do they look like they could use a coat or food or anything?
No, they seem fine. They're wearing comfortable clothes for the weather. The young boy is cradling this skeleton-looking plushie, but that's about it.
what can you tell us about this monster?
We haven't seen it, but we've heard it owl. Seems to be coming from the basement. I think that's where our parents are keeping it trapped.
You say parents are keeping it trapped?
Yes,
How long has it been in basement?
I don't know.
Okay.
Our baby brother, though, is on the 3rd floor, so we should be sure that he's safe, but we don't want to go back in.
Uh, what can you tell us about this monster?
We haven't seen it, but we've heard it owl. Seems to be coming from the basement. I think that's where our parents are keeping it trapped.
Okay. I turn to the others. I suggest we head inside.
We'll look for your brother for you.
She nods slowly, weakly. She seems to be relieved. So do you walk in?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm heading straight in.
Okay, just give me a second.
Although as we go in, as I go through the door, I'm drawing both of my blades.
Okay. Just give me a second.
As Maz gets up, he'll look at the boy. You keep that safe. Pointing to the skeleton doll.
The boy nods kind of like firmly, like, yes, I will.
And then Maz will head in.
Excellent. Just give me a second. We will be doing this. And you will be walking in. Maz. Just give me a second. I'm just placing people. Here we go. And Christrid. Okay. Just give me a second. Servant's quarter, master den, fireplace. Excellent. So.
There's 2 Kendroths.
There's 2 Kindrots?
Yes,
You're right.
The Kindroth that is outside is fake.
Okay.
But it's an illusion of the mists.
Yeah. So. Give me a second. So hanging from the south wall of the... So you stand in the foyer, and hanging out from this grand foyer on the south wall is a shield emblazoned by a coat of arm, styled with a windmill on a red field that you do see here. South wall, yes, right here. Flanked by framed portrait of stony-faced aristocrats, long probably members of the family that are dead now. Mahogany-framed double door leads from where you are into the main area beyond, and they are set with panes of stained glass. What do you do?
Can I hear anything? They said there was a monster in the basement. Can I, like, from here, hear anything?
So you take a moment, you listen on. You do not hear any owling or dangerous creature or anything of the sort that is currently seeming to threaten you. Other than... So the place itself is strangely well kept for what you expected. What I mean by that is they were saying that it was a haunted house, that there's a monster living here. The torches are all lit up. There is not a speck of dust anywhere. It's something strange, to say the least.
So I'll just, like, walk up to the door, but he won't open it. He'll just walk up there and then kind of look back to the others and just wait.
Okay. What are the other doings?
I will follow him.
Okay. So just before you open the door, just put yourselves in a marching order that you want to achieve, and we will be sure to. I can also probably do this. Yes. Okay. Excellent.
We're still missing someone on here, aren't we?
Christrid?
Yeah.
I'm still in the hallway. There
Oh,
we
okay. So Kindroth, how is this? Something's not mashing up here in my head. They said that this house, like a haunted house, sounded like it had been abandoned, and then these kids are outside saying that it's their house and they live here and their brother's here.
As a local of the village, is there anything I would know about this house other than what we've been told?
It's not a part of the. You haven't been coming to this side of the city a whole lot. You do know that part of the city of Barovia itself is completely deserted, abandoned, and left to itself. Some of the houses even inhabit very dangerous and deranged people. But such a pristine-looking house is even strange for you, because you'd expected it to at least be as disheveled as it looked from the outside. You've heard that the city had its fair share also of haunted houses. But I mean, maybe that's not exactly what you expect when you say haunted house. You expect probably something more creepy looking, gloomy looking, ghosts everywhere, and dishes flying all around and on the wall. This is more. This gives more of, you know, the hunting in The Shining type of vibe, if that makes sense.
It is worth noting that many houses in this region are abandoned. Though this one here, it appears that it has been upkept. There is somebody maintaining it. Were it abandoned, you would not expect to see it in this state. Personally, I think it is. I take the kids for their word. It is possible that monster in the basement is contributing to its less than stellar reputation. Certainly, we will need to have word with their parents.
Right. If it checks out
Parents
to you,
who
I'll
eat
take your word.
monsters in the basement.
Out of fullness of an inquiry, I will cast Detect Magic, not expecting any results.
Excellent. So you cast to Detect Magic. The first thing that you notice is the magic doesn't come naturally as much as you are used to. You have a feeling casting the spell is the same equivalent of, how can I describe this? Imagine that normally you are breathing fresh air, and now you're breathing in polluted air. It's harder to draw in the oxygen from the ambient area, and you feel as if there's almost resistance to what you're casting. As if seeking information and is not as accurate as it normally is. That being said, there is magic in the area that you are casting that is not coming from your friends.
Oh, dang.
But it took you, like, normally, like, it takes, I believe, like 4-ish seconds in order to cast. It took you a solid, like, 30 seconds of concentration to get to get back that information.
All right. I will relay the information about there being magic. Well,
That's
a
good.
notable presence of magic because it's quite unheard of.
$50 gold. Cyrus will kind of grunt out, and then put a hand on the door handle, look to the others, give a nod, and then just open it.
Excellent.
You heard, man.
You open the door. As you open the door, this is what you see. So you're coming from basically the doors that are here. Yep, sorry. Give me a second. Let me ping it to you. The doors that are here. That's cool for everybody?
Yep.
So it opens into a wide hall that runs the width of the house with a black marble fireplace to your left. I'll show you a picture soon. And a red marble staircase on the other. Mounted on the wall above the fireplace is what seems to be a longsword with a windmill cameo worked into the hilt. The wood-paneled walls are ornated and sculpted with images of vines, flowers, nymphs, and satyrs. Give me a second. You do see a few doors left here and there, so we'll be going back to the battle map. Just give me a second. And I will be showing you, this is the fireplace and what it looks like. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you guys do?
Guess I'm just gonna walk out.
Yeah, I'm gonna advance into the room.
As you walk, you hear the voice of Christrid behind you, kind of like as she wanted to say something, but see you all leave onwards.
I'll just follow.
was that, Christian?
I was gonna say I'm bringing this out, and then I bring out my hammer, my war hammer.
Excellent. It's not something that you're used to carrying around, but it has sentimental value.
Yeah. It's better than nothing, and if something pops out at me, I want to pop it in the face.
Understood.
If it hasn't.
Fair.
Cyrus will look towards the stairs and just say, basement or brother?
I think we should look for the brother first. to
Yeah.
make sure he's safe.
I agree. We should look for brother first.
Also, as you say basement, you notice that the staircase doesn't have any stairs leading downwards.
Ooh, we gotta find the door.
Krista, are you able to move your token, or?
Ryan. Oh, there we go.
Okay, good. So you'll notice, by the way, Kindrot, you should have a little icon in front of you called Move Upstairs.
Yes.
You can move naturally
Right
upstairs if you
upstairs
wish.
then.
Yes. Just letting you know that everything that you do, and if you're upstairs, just wait for a second for everybody else to catch up. So what is Cyrus and Timothy doing?
Guess I'm just.
Timothy? Excellent. So everybody goes upstairs. We will activate that then. Oh, that's the stream loot announcement. Excellent.
I have discovered a neat quirk. I cannot move Kindroth until Timothy moves first.
Interesting.
He's just following his lead.
So, you are into what seems to be an upper hall. Unlit oil lanterns are mounted in the wall of this elegant hall. Hanging above the mantelpiece is a wood-framed portrait of what seems to be a family. An adult male and a woman, and the two smiling children that you have seen outside. Cradled in the father's arm is a swaddled baby, which the mother seems to be regarding with a hint of scorn. Standing suits of armor flank wooden doors on the east and west wall. Each suit of armor seems to be clutching a spear of sorts and has a visored helmet shaped like a wolf's head. The doors are carved with dancing youth, although closer inspection might reveal that the youths aren't really dancing, but fighting off swarms of bats. Give me a second. Do I have... Yes, I do have a handout for the armors.
This kind of makes me want to shoot missiles at them, but okay.
You just want to push it to see if it just, just push it and just like, okay, we're safe, we good. It's not moving. What do you guys do?
Questions.
Yes.
The painting.
Yes.
How old do the children look in it? Like, do they look the same age as?
So as you are near, so I'm guessing that you are getting closer to the painting to observe that?
Yeah.
Excellent. They seem to be almost a carbon copy of the kids that you have seen outside.
And does the painting look like it's been here for some time?
I would like for you to make a craft check in order to ascertain perhaps a more definite time in which it was crafted or not. Hard to say. You are not a painter. The colors are good, vibrant. Tells you that maybe not. It's maybe either a quality painting and it's been there for a long time, or it's been rather recent.
All right.
Cyrus will just kind of like grunt and then nod, like motion his head towards the stairs going up again. Kind of look to the group.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going upstairs? Perfect. Upstairs is a slight change of pace, if you will. You climb the red marble staircase to its full height, reaching the final level, if you will, of the mansion, and come to a dusty balcony with a suit of black plate armor standing against one wall, right here. Oil lamps seem to be mounted on oak-paneled walls, which are carved with woodland scenes and trees of falling leaves and tiny critters. And this is all that you see. Give me a second. I think I have a scenery for you. No, I do not. So what do you guys do?
Do we hear any signs of where the infant may be?
You do not hear any infant crying or anything of the sort.
Do we know it's an infant? They just said baby brother.
The kids appeared to be identical to how they appeared in the painting, so I'm presuming the painting was not painted long ago.
Mm,
I think we're just
Is-
gonna be opening doors.
Timothy, you get closer to the armor?
Yep.
Do you do anything specific?
I will detect magic on it.
Excellent. So you start casting a spell. The moment that you do, just give me a second. It takes a few seconds, and it starts moving.
Ah,
Jesus, I knew it.
Just give me a few seconds. I just want to be sure that I have.
I knew I should have shot that thing down.
I'm just gonna add this. Oh, that's right.
We
Wait.
may want to be sure that there will not be a small squad of them charging up the stairs at us.
Yes, because you do remember that there were some downstairs as well.
nothing is scarier than the DM going, "Are you approaching this thing?"
Let me just do that here.
like, are you sure you want to do that? It's another one.
No, I didn't get that. Are you sure?
So you may click on your initiative at the top of the screen.
Oh, weird.
Kristrid, you go first.
I
Why?
could have sworn that armor was empty.
I'm going to be very freaked out because I've never seen armor come to life before. And let me just take a look. What can I do? I'll cast a spell at it.
Okay.
Where is it? There it is. And then, please forgive me, everybody. I'm still learning.
It's fine. We're learning.
I'm thinking Divine Lance. And then
Have you targeted it?
I want to say yes, because there's the little red arrows around it.
Excellent. So you may roll to hit. That definitely hits. You may roll your damage.
Roll damage.
That's 7 of damage on the creature. It takes no damage. It bounced. So whatever source of damage that you've enacted, you feel that it does not affect the armor.
That's just rude.
That was, I believe, 2 actions. You still have 1 action left.
Well, I'm not going to move anywhere, and I can't do another spell. I said I had my hammer out, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
But in
And
order to attack
attacking
it with your hammer, you would need to walk up, and walking is an action.
Walking is an action. So, I'm going to stay where I am.
Okay? Do you do anything else?
yell a giant, ah, what the frick is
Perfect.
that?
Kindra.
It's moving!
All right. Action number 1 is I'm going to move, and I'm gonna have to learn how to move in combat. Apparently that worked. I'm in melee with it, eh?
I'm just gonna put it here. Yes, you are in melee, and it is currently off guard because you are flanking it with Timothy. It is automatically taken into account. You don't need to calculate anything. Basically, off guard is the flank for Pathfinder, and it has -2 to AC.
Perfect. I am going to mark it as my prey, which I believe that uses an action. There we go. So I have 1 action remaining to
Yes.
my understanding,
Absolutely.
and I would like to use that action to use Twin Takedown.
Excellent. So twin takedown, and you make 2 attacks that will count. If both attack, they will count as 1 attack for the purpose of overcoming resistance. So I invite you to do your first attack. That is a critical hit. Don't roll the damage yet. Do your second attack.
And this one takes the multi-attack penalty?
Yes. That second attack miss, so you will only roll the critical damage of your first attack. For a grand total of 28 of damage. Just give me a second.
And that is a
Just want to see one
lunge
thing.
with the rapier.
Deadly D8. Just give me a second. I just want to check one thing real fast. Yes, because it says Deadly D8. Perfect. I just wanted to be sure. It takes damage. It takes 14 points of damage out of the 28 that you're dealing it. It is still standing.
My my attack with my sword did not do nearly as much as I expected it to.
What? No, I want to... Oh, sorry. I removed the damage. I know. I need to take it back. Here we go. Just give me a second, guys. Okay, thank you. I had... Okay, you're good. That was your second as your second action, the end of your action. Timothy.
I'll cast shield.
Perfect. You are casting a spell right next to it. It does not have an
It
attack
does
opportunity.
not have to manipulate though.
You are correct.
I will sidestep and try to attack it. Nope. No, sorry.
15 to hit. You had not targeted it. That would have hit. So just target hit
Oh,
and
sorry.
roll your... That's fine. Then roll your damage.
I don't think I do any damage anyway.
Try it anyways. We'll see it. Just try target it and 11 points of damage for 6 points of damage.
Oh, okay.
All right. It is, I believe, its turn in combat. It is not off guard anymore. It should not have been off guard when you attacked it.
Still threaten it though.
No, you only threaten when you are in 5 feet, within 5 feet of it.
Even with range?
Yeah. It's fine.
Alright.
It's excellent. It will. Give me a second. It will move 5 feet here. It'll do its first attack on Kindrot. It will attack with its glaive and strike a hit for 8 points of damage. It will attack Kristrid with its second attack
What did I ever do? I didn't even hurt
and
it.
will miss.
Yeah, that's right.
Cyrus.
Okay, into the fray. So my first move is Ruler is free, so I'll just move there. And now I will reloading straight.
Perfect.
Boom. Boom. Boom.
That hits.
Hit. Roll my
5 damage. That deals no damage.
lovely.
It
And then I
bounces
will
on the metal of the armor.
Yep. And then I will shoot at it.
Perfect.
And miss.
And miss.
And that's 2 actions.
You
my
moved.
Movement is free on my first action for my first turn.
You are correct.
So I will instead reload, and that'll be my turn.
Excellent. Maz.
Yep, Maz will move up to it.
Excellent. It is now off guard.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. They might just be a guard. And then turn to it. Maz is going to try and trip the
Perfect.
figure here.
Yep.
So that's an athletics check. Nope.
You should have the action trip in your action menu and action bars.
Oh, right.
So if you just like click it, it's going to give us all the information we need on that. All right. So you need to do a critical. So you need to do the athletics check DC, and it is against its reflex DC. Just give me a second. Reflex DC 15. You succeed at making it prone.
And then once it's prone, we're here to help the family. Chill.
Perfect. That's perfect. Excellent. And you end your turn there?
Yep.
Excellent. Kristrid, what do you do? The creature, or rather the suit of armor that Maz is trying to control and be like, chill, chill, we're here to help. What do you do?
Does it look like it's...
It's struggling. It's a person in full plate armor struggling like a turtle on the ground right now.
Well, after a little snort. Can you hold actions in Pathfinder?
You can. It costs 1 action to hold an action.
Okay. So I want to do the 1 action to hold a strike with my Warhammer for if it does anything other than chill out.
Okay. Do you consider standing up as chilling out, or?
Well, it depends. Is he standing up threateningly?
Standing up is an action. It is like you can't decipher an intent. My question is, will you consider him standing up as a threat?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, just wanted to know. Perfect. You still have 1 action?
And that's gonna be it. Cause yeah.
Okay.
Unless I can do. Strike. You can't strike twice in the. Can't hold 2 strikes, right?
You cannot hold two actions. No.
That makes sense to me. No, I'm good.
All right, Kindrod.
Sir, we are here to aid the family. Please, stop attacking us. Would this be diplomacy or intimidation, or I'm not entirely sure.
Are you trying to, hey, stay down, or, hey, we're friends, is the question.
That is a good question.
Because one is Go ahead.
He's near death, so I don't think
he's
gonna buy that we're
the
friends.
armor is kinked. You do not see any blood. If not friend, why friend shaped?
Do I see anybody inside the armor?
Like you can spend an action to make a perception check in order to check it. We'll make it a DC 15.
Oh, there's perception.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit hidden.
Wait.
So it's right under your AC on the front page, on the first page.
Oh, yeah, I was looking at initiative. My bad.
No worries. 16, excellent. So, Kindra, like, everybody's trying to chill. You reach out and raise his visor to reveal that there's nobody in the suit of armor.
What?
Oh, well, that's unnerving.
Abomination against... I'm just gonna attack it at this point.
Okay, so you spend an action to try to reason with him, an action to open the visor. You still have one action.
I twin takedown 2 attacks.
Absolutely, go ahead. That first attack hits. You can roll your second attack immediately. Second attack misses, so you can only roll damage once. For 11 points of damage, the armor takes 6 points of damage. And that's your turn. Tim.
I will.
Why are you... Oh, okay. I was like, why are you prone? But I don't have the right character selected. Sorry. You will?
I'll cast telekinetic projectile
Okay.
with bludgeoning, I guess.
Absolutely. You may target it. And roll your attack from the attack button in the chat. That hits. You can roll the damage from the chat. 5 damage. The target takes no damage.
I will also attack.
With your spear?
Yep.
Excellent. It is still flanked. Off guard.
Yeah, but it's not my full bonus. Because the spell is an attack. So
It is. It does count.
Right.
And that misses.
That's my turn.
Excellent. The creature will take its first action to stand up, giving you, Kristrid, your attack.
And I attack.
That hits.
And I will do some damage.
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 For 8 points of damage. Creature falls
This
down
one.
to the ground. So, give me a second. Just want to do one thing here. The creature falls down in shambles on the ground. Takes you a second to realize that the creature is not moving and that there was nobody inside of it. You are back with the dark sensation of dread that you had when you first stepped into Barovia. There is absolute silence around you once more in the on the floor that you are at. Yes, Cyrus.
I have undead lore. Could I try to recall knowledge about ghosts if it's like haunting and controlling the animated armor, stuff like that?
You may make a religion check, or a religion check to know if it's possible, or if you wish, you can make an arcana or crafting lore to know more about that creature.
Okay. Let's do.
That is crafting. You feel that this creature is more in the lines of a mindless magical creature more than an undead.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Also, give me a second. Let me see if I can make you open. I cannot. Do you guys know where to find the bestiary tracker?
It's not in the unknowns.
No, because I've not had it yet.
Oh.
That's why. Just give me a second. So if you go in the combat tracker, that's because you're in combat. That's why. Just give me a second. We'll get you out of combat and encounter. Yes. Perfect. Bestiary tracker. You should have in unknown it's not there. Why is it not going there? Oh, that's right. You should see a creature now. You can always recall knowledge to populate this sheet in order to get more information on creatures such as these. So, for example, you know that it is an animated armor for the lore that Cyrus did, and it is a construct, and it is a mindless construct. That is what you have deciphered right now. So, for whenever you want to encounter a creature or anything like that, these are the information that you can actually go through. But I digress.
I have a question.
Yes.
Should we not also know it is resistant to piercing, since we saw it multiple times be resistant to it?
Not really, because you know what it is. You do not know the value of it, or if it's just is it that it is resistant? Is it that it is immune? Is it an ability? Is it
right?
There's multiple reasons why you don't have information populated of this sort. But the first thing that will happen is that you will get a level that we will do once this stream is over. For reaching this level of that house, letting you know that it is my intent that by the time that you leave Barovia, you will be about level 6. Whatever levels that are for Pathfinder, for Barovia and Curse of STRAHD normally, we more or less double it. And we will end it here for tonight, as you are on the 3rd level of this Curse of STRAHD campaign. I hope that you appreciate it so far.
It is a lot of fun.
Great.
It is great.
It's amazing.
Excellent. I will bring your.
Liking it a lot so far.
I will bring your attention to characters here. So you have met Ismark, and this should also be visible. Just give me a second. Excellent. Village of Barovia, Durst Manor, and you have met Rose and Thorn.
Every rose has its thorn.
You've also met, give me a second, these 3 ladies who are the 3 Vistanis that are at the bar, and the barman himself. So if you want to go, whenever we are on the main page of Curse of STRAHD, so I'm bringing you back to the main page, you do see that there's a tab called Character. If you bring your mouse over it and you click on it, it brings you to the character page. You can always mouse over any of these names, and to basically be able to know who it is, where you've met him, and basically give you information of the sort. So basically this is for you and for your information. That's fine? I want to also check, is there... I just want to check... Give me a second.
Yeah.
The other character that I'm curious about the name of was the Caravaner.
That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. I do not... Stanimir. They do not have him here, but yes, I'll see to it that it is added so that you know. He will be added to, give me a second, this tab right here. Just give me a second. The Vistanis. Just want to be sure that I'm not missing anybody. Nope, that's it for now.
And we do know Eric's name, the bartender.
Yes, you do know that Eric is the name of the bartender. I mean, even if you don't know the name exactly, anything like that, it's something like it's not hidden information. So like
that's what I was going to ask about. Mousing over these portraits don't show the name. Only Ismark shows up.
Interesting. I'll see why. I'll try to figure out why later on.
Yep.
Give me a second. Oh, you're right. Oh, so I can add. Okay, give me a second. I'll do something real fast. I can check if I can. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Hovered by.
So that's Greg.
Okay.
That's Thorn. Sorry.
That's great. Jesus, no. So if you try Eric, you should now be able to see his name.
It works. Yes.
Same with the two children. Sorry, one of the children, and now the second one.
Mm-hmm.
And so you do have names that you do know, and some names that you do not know, and I'm able to control that.
Awesome.
I hope that everybody that's currently viewing is appreciating the campaign. We are planning on doing it every 2 weeks, so not next week, but Tuesday, I believe give me a second. Tuesday, the 20th of May is the next time that we will be playing Ravenloft campaign. Letting you also know that we are still running the Kingmaker campaign on Wednesdays every 2 weeks, so the 14th and the 28th, and you are more than welcome to do so. It's always fun to have more people here and being able to have fun with the people watching. Just give me a second. I also want to do one thing here. We will be going for a raid, so if you want to earn some more points to stay here, we'll be raiding. I believe we'll be raiding Worst of Times, which are currently starting a game, playing or getting ready. Just give me a second. There we go. So, everybody that's here, thank you so much for your for staying over for the episode. I'm hoping that you're having fun. See you in 2 weeks for Ravenloft, or in 1 week for Kingmaker. Have a great evening. Ciao, guys.
Good night.
Night.
Ciao, everyone.
And we are starting the raid, which will be... Don't be afraid to go into views in the raid. 12 people following, 13 people following, 16. That's amazing for a raid. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And we will now be raiding